Well, let's look overseas now. Keisha, the teacher. The Dow Jones closed nearly 200 points higher on Monday. What caused this jump?
Yeah, so the news is really around the Israel and Palestine war and the investor implications there. I know a lot of persons would have seen over the weekend where persons from Gaza, they invaded Israel, killing a lot of persons, lots of bloodshed there. And Israel has retaliated and declared outright war. Now, on Monday, what we saw happening then is that major markets all across the world, the stock prices were falling because of the same panic and fear like we saw with Russia and Ukraine last year. But no, earlier this year, it's still the same time. So, no, 2022, Russia-Ukraine war kicked off. But the thing is, panic and fear set in. And then oil prices again started going up because these are very large oil producing nations. And so oil prices took a big move higher. And then gold, which is normally seen as a safe haven investment, gold prices also started running up higher, as well as bonds, because these are the safer types of investments. Now, flip into now Tuesday, the market has reversed. So this is just the classic volatility, wow. As classic as it can get, as textbook definition of volatility. It can get down one day, up the next. Right now, investors are kind of shrugging off the war to say, it will not have a large global impact. And so persons bought the dip, essentially bought up a lot of stocks. Oil prices are back down a little bit, thank God, because we couldn't bear for any more of that. But also gold prices have also come back down. So the takeaway here is that we want to watch this volatility very carefully. I know some persons may be thinking, wow, buying opportunity, let me rushing and buy the dip, but you may just get chopped off because the volatility is crucial right now. So staying on the sidelines, watching what's happening, see how the war plays out is a safer and, more fundamental move. I'm big on fundamentals. So that's the safer move right here, rather than kind of jumping in and trying to take advantage of all of the swings that we see.
Now, for those who tend to want to jump in and take advantage of what's happening, there is a trend. So it's not the first time we've seen war. We've been dealing with Russia-Ukraine war. What types of stocks tend to move during a time like this when you have war?
Yeah, so it was mainly oil stocks with Russia, Ukraine, and typically in war because oil prices go up. Wars are inflationary in nature, and so oil is usually the key that moves. Also, put options, which are more on the exotic type investment. A lot of persons do that because put options do well when stock prices are falling. So persons do that. And then, of course, rushing to gold as well because gold is safe haven and it's also seen as a protection against inflation. So those typically work well in times of crisis, not just work, but any times of crisis and uncertainty, it's kind of rush for safety that usually comes out. Not saying they're going to work this time, though, not saying they're going to work because the volatility is different. No, we still have Russia-Ukraine war going on, and then this would now be a second war. So I don't know if it's kind of also playing out. I heard it before. Russia-Ukraine still at war and the world is okay. Persons aren't as hit so much now between what's happening between Israel and their Hamas.